hate this because sometimes the button doesn't start recording. Hey guys, we're actually here now. Just ran through a bunch of stupid shit and have a bike
what's
now.
the sweet business?
Yeah, I hit...
were you not recording?
No, I hit the button, but it didn't go. So, but now
Stop touching things.
No. Like I didn't hit the button to stop the recording. Like I hit it to stop the first time, and I hit the button to start the recording, but it didn't start the second time. It's not a big deal. Nothing really happened besides me complaining about everything I ran into.
You're complaining. I'm grinding. Deadlock is deadlocking.
And MJ is here.
I'm in the desert resort.
Also, I'm fighting Worker Zach.
Why are you pressing the working class Zach?
Because they don't deserve the money. Give it all to me. I'm the one that put it together. They're just doing the easy work.
Well, I found another firestone.
Time for a communist rebellion.
Mike, is there a single good sand isle in this fucking desert?
If I happen to catch one, Chris, I'll give it to you.
Oh,
He's trying to train.
I'm running into them more frequently now, which is good. But every single one I catch has been just complete garbage.
Well, I'm saying, if I happen to run into one with Moxie and with everything, what does this go to? This is the desert resort. Is there anything up here?
The desert resort, that's where I am right now.
Oh.
And some black glasses. Now, both of my Pokemon could live a thug life.
Oh, there you are, Deadlock. I see you.
Yeah, I told you.
You're fighting Backpacker Kelsey.
I knew it, Kelsey.
Liz.
Was he a male?
Actually, thinking back, I knew two Kelseys. I went to school with one and I was in the Navy with one.
Oh, of course it was critical.
Oh my god, of course you have Super Fang.
Well, that's unfortunate. Ugh. Anyway, we need to have some conversating, or else this video is going to be very boring.
I am asleep. What do you want from me?
What do you mean you're asleep?
This watchdog put me to sleep.
Oh.
Well, the whole conversation thing could be even more entertaining now with MJ here. So let me consult my big list of shit to talk about.
Hey, I found the black glasses now. Oh, wait, there's a doctor right here. I can fight him and heal my shit. I liked how they did this, having these doctors just kind of posted at beginnings or endings of area.
Or just like smack dab in the area where you could actually use it to farm.
He has a Solosis. Oh, I remember, I can get a Solosis somewhere nearby.
Ooh, here's an interesting one that's going to actually go pretty well. Preferred superpower.
That's a hard one.
Teleportation.
You know what, just let's go top 3.
Magic.
It's too generic. You gotta be more specific.
I think he was thinking either along the lines of Shazam or definitely Dr. Strange.
No, he's thinking of... I'm just thinking card tricks.
Ain't wrong. No, but no, I'm
Gambit.
thinking about oh god.
Like, 10?
No, brain work.
Mind reading would be
DC
one for me.
hero. Constantine. John Constantine.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay.
The only dude who can tell the entirety of, you know, every other hero and villain in DC to knock their crap off and not get punched by it.
Makes sense. So you get 2 more in addition to that. Like you have a top 3.
Makes it, mind reading for me would be 1.
I feel like that would be more of a burden than a benefit, especially if you can't turn it off.
Oh, I mean, if it's the power of my choice, then I can turn it off.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
Don't do this. Don't heal your Audino. You're just wasting more time.
I'd say, also online, flying and being able to build anything I can think of in my mind.
Yeah, flying. Oh, so you kind of like, Momo's powers from
Yeah.
My Hero.
Hmm.
Except you don't need to use like the proteins, like it just kind of spawns there.
And I don't need to know the exact, makeup of every single little thing.
True.
Because
What-
I can't remember.
What a very
enough for
difficult power to maintain, to like work with.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like you
no.
have to be really, really smart to keep that up, and have an eidetic memory.
that. Luckily, she does, as far as everyone knows.
Then again, like an eidetic memory is one of those things where it's a pretty close thing to a superpower in real life.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got shaping things out of nothing, we've got flight, and we've got magic for MJ. Was that alright?
Yep.
I mean, I can't, for me, mind reading, I think flight I would also take because that's just very useful. Probably like some sort of levitation version of it. So that way, like, I don't need wings. I just kind of hover as high or low as I want to.
Interesting. Your third slot?
I'm thinking about that. I feel like I want to say like cryokinesis.
Ooh.
So the ability to like freeze things.
Yeah, like
How-
create and manipulate ice.
Yeah.
That's a solid choice. It's nice and versatile.
It can do a lot with that. Also, you could
Especially
stop a
people-
lot of people very quickly because being frozen, like getting frostbite, that shit hurts. It's very distracting too.
Mm-hmm.
So like, if I just slowly freeze someone, like they're gonna feel those tiny individual splits in the skin.
Yep.
They're gonna focus on that instead of trying to kill me, if that's a scenario.
That and you can kind of substitute that out for flight. You can do it like Frozone from Incredibles does, where you can.
I
make
could,
yourself a
but then
device.
like people would be aware of my powers, and I don't want to have to deal with that.
Well, that's what they make masks and costumes for.
Yeah, but like,
Knowing the U.S. government half as well as I do, they would pay you to use that power for them,
yeah, but then they'd also try to experiment on me.
and they'd also probably try to kill you when they were done with you. But that's beside the point.
think it
no,
is.
Very much part of the
I don't
point.
think it is besides the point. I'm thinking of all the factors here. I'm not about to deal with that.
Because my list, like for my number 3, I gotta throw in teleportation because realistically, I've lost count of how many times me and to a lesser extent AJ have had a situation where we're like, you know what, fuck driving today. Like I would love to just snap my fingers and be there.
Yeah. It would be very... Also, you could just be anywhere. Like, you wouldn't have to plan a trip. You just go.
Yeah. Basically like Jumper, just have a bunch of spots around the world that you go to.
Like, you could plan a vacation, and then you wouldn't have to do the whole, like, 3-hour travel if you had to go somewhere or something, or like, wait in the airport or anything. You'd save so much money that way.
Yeah. You'd save so much money, you'd save so much time. If you're ever in trouble, you just peace out to somewhere else.
The only thing with teleportation, you gotta be careful is where you teleport to. It's like...
Oh, it depends, because are we factoring in a type of teleportation where velocity remains constant? Like if you're going 50 miles an hour before you teleport, you'll be going 55 miles an hour when you come out the other end?
I mean, I guess it's up to you since it's the power you would want in this scenario.
Personally, I would prefer that not to happen, because I'd like to be able to, say if I have a mortal enemy at one point, I'd like to be able to teleport them like 200 feet in the air, drop them at around 100, and still be able to teleport away and not die myself.
Yeah, I would, if I were to have, I'll take teleportation over flying, actually, thinking about it. But if I were to have that, I would like the ability to do both, so like I could either keep the momentum or completely halt it,
Oh, okay, so basically you can turn it on and off at your will.
depending on what you're trying to do. Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose that makes sense.
So like you can
So-
teleport yourself, but not the momentum, essentially.
So my second slot was some kind of reality bending, like, but the way I had imagined it is it works with keywords. Like I would have one word that I basically use to open the ability, at which point I would basically speak reality into being, and then I would use a second word used to close off the ability, so like whatever I say before opening it up again doesn't just become reality accidentally.
Like explain, because I don't fully understand.
Okay.
Like, what does
let's
this
just-
power
Has an
do?
on and off switch.
No, like I understand that, but I mean the power itself.
Okay.
Like you can just change the rules of reality.
Sort like let's say for the sake of argument, I'll use my my Pokemon's names for instance. Let's say I use Ganonpork as the opening word and Hornswoggle for the closing word.
Okay.
And I wanted to do something that well, it's reality altering. So you can basically pick a sacred cow of shit that I can do. But say you really like a certain game, but it's only for PS4 and you want to play it on your Xbox, you can basically make yourself, like say Ganonpork. This game is for Xbox. A Hornswoggle, and then as soon as you say Hornswoggle, every reality-bending sentence that you said happens. But
it sounds like a power that's very easy to fuck up with.
Yes,
it does.
You have to be very very careful with your syntax, and I've thought about that.
I felt like if you're the one using it, like the power would understand what you're saying, so like you can't like genie the shit and say like the wrong thing accidentally. At least that's what makes sense in my mind.
Yeah, like obviously you would have to be careful, and that's why I thought about the keywords. That way you don't just
accidentally say them.
Yeah, like accidentally say some shit you don't mean, like especially in a fit of rage, like you tell somebody to go fuck themselves and then they actually try to do it.
Oh god!
Unless you really want them to. Are you still looking for a Sandile, by the way?
I'm between mons. But and my final one, this is gonna seem kind of like a cop-out after the whole reality bending thing, but a combination of ergokinetic absorption, so being able to absorb different kinds of energy like bullet momentum, fire, electricity, things like that, and combine that with fragokinetic redistribution, like basically eat up all that energy and redistribute it as explosive force. And while it doesn't necessarily bend reality to your will, it does substitute flight, because you can basically use the explosives, kind of like Bakugo does, to propel yourself around.
I'm gonna say if you have the power of teleportation already, but oh wait, no, that was MJ. Oh, no, that was
the thing I'm
confused.
That was Chris.
Okay. Then yeah, if you have the power of teleportation, that doesn't necessarily help you, or change that specific aspect. Oh hey, I'm in the ancient ruin place.
Oh, I wasn't talking about like doubling up any of those abilities. I'm talking if you had to pick one.
Oh, okay.
The fragokinetic discharge can supplement flight.
But there's just one problem I have with that. Like, you don't even need to go with that. You literally have your one power of literally rewriting reality. You can literally say, I have the power of flight, and then you all fly.
Yeah, see, that's why I said it was a cop-out after reality bending, because reality bending, you can just give yourself more superpowers.
True.
At that point, you're basically a genie without any rules or restrictions.
Except it stops and starts at the set A of a keyword.
And I have to use the Cryomancy real quick on you to keep you from using that power. If we had to fight, I have to use it like real quick.
But here's a question though. What would happen if your mouth was all of a sudden just sealed, sewed, or whatever shut?
Or perhaps frozen.
Then you wouldn't be able to use the ability.
And that's why you learn sign language.
I don't think the power works like that. It sounds like it's auditory.
When I first came up with the concept, and I'm sure it's not a new concept, I'm sure somebody somewhere has thought about it. But when I thought about it, I understood that reality bending is a basically god level ability, and I didn't want it to be perfect. Like, I didn't want to circumvent having my mouth disabled by just being able to think shit into existence.
I realized I fucked up as soon as I switched there.
Yeah, so in the case of that superpower, impeding my ability to speak would disable my power.
Unless he changed it so he could use it even when frozen.
Ah, and now you're catching on.
So technically, even if you did that, you'd still have the ability to do whatever you want.
Because technically, I could just reality myself into knowing sign language, and then I could just sign reality.
You could literally... Honestly, it's a great power, but it's also a terrible power. Just because, like, you can do anything and everything, but what do you do when you're bored?
I imagine something very horrible and regrettable, because if you've...
Yeah, but then if you have the power, you could just reset everything and then do it all over again. Eventually, you're just going to get bored of everything, and you'll just want to rid yourself of the power, restarting everything from before when you had the power. So honestly, it seems more like a burden in the end for yourself, because then you'll be living forever with basically an eternal curse.
You know, in the long term, you've got a point.
But
you
then
see,
you
you
can
can
just
actually-
will yourself to be dead.
On top of that, you could actually just will things to be more fun.
You could, but like there's gonna be a cap at some point. Things can only be so enjoyable forever. And again, once you're doing everything anyway, like, you know, life's just gonna be like, all right.
Yeah, but then I could reality myself into a permanent state of euphoria.
You could, but would you? I was gonna say, would you truly be happy? You would technically, but still.
Yes, I would. I would be euphoric. That's the thing with reality, is if you control it, you control what your reality is.
But you can still be sad even when you're happy, because then you know you use this power, so you're forcing yourself to be happy. So you could still be depressed on the inside, unless you took that away.
But here's the thing: then you just isekai yourself into some random world.
What random word? If you do everything possible, which you're gonna do since you have this power, then like,
But then,
there's nothing for you. Also, I'm learning Slam.
What if, and this is another plot that I may or may not have implemented somewhere, and you guys will possibly maybe discover it later on, where you could make it to where basically whenever you quote die, you restart as a different person in a different reality, and you only remember that you can bend reality in the last maybe 5 years of your life.
Well, that doesn't matter, because then you can just bend reality to go back and do everything again.
Right, but see, you're talking about like losing the zest for life. If you constantly just give yourself like reality bent amnesia, then technically you're still having the zest of life, because you don't remember that you can bend it, and you don't remember all your previous lives until you're about to die.
Many sides to this.
Like I was expecting the whole reality bending thing to strum up a conversation. I was not expecting one this in depth.
hey Chris, have you ever heard of Phantom Trick Ghost Detective?
The name does not ring a bell.
The whole premise is that basically you died. You only have until the morning to actually find out who you were and what's going on. And that's pretty much you're trying to manipulate reality to a certain extent to figure it all out.
It was Phantom Trip Detective was you died and you're now trying to tell
okay, I know what
your
you're talking
investigator
about.
friends basically who killed you and also saved the woman you love.
Well, you're trying to save
Before
several people throughout the whole thing. I know what game you're talking about. Also, there's a Pomeranian in there named Missile.
What was it for?
DS.
Yes.
I think it's getting a remake for the Switch. I'm not sure on that one though. Don't quote me on that.
I know that there was another game that attempted to do it and
Didn't do it apparently.
yeah.
I think AJ played it a couple times.
It's got a kind of unique graphic style even for the 3DS, because like it mixes that 3DS look and its own kind of style, and it's nice. And again, there's a Pomeranian named Missile, and that's just amazing.
Interesting.
Man, what a switching conversation from warping reality and the flaws and positives in it to the Pomeranian named Missile. Where are you guys, by the way?
Desert Resort.
Yeah, I'm still down in the desert grinding.
Yeah, I was in there and I beat all the trainers, so...
I traveled to the far left and there was a lot more trainers here, but including a Blitzer.
I know, I fought them already.
Half-decent nature and shitty IVs, why me?
Are you still?
I'm grinding and catching as I go.
I hope
Imagine
people...
if this was just a normal game and we had no access to any of this information.
I hope people enjoy that conversation. They fucking better.
I did. I mean, yeah, I enjoyed it.
It's kind of like the late night conversations you and me have, Chris, except these two were actually here.
Yeah.
You know, I just noticed there's no sandstorm.
No, but I'm kind of fine with that. It makes it easier to see everything.
I mean,
that
yeah, same here.
I mean, plus that conversation got a little more in depth than gym leader waifus.
True, but that one was a fun conversation too.
It was, but it basically revealed that, like, for me, you can put red hair and glasses on pretty much any character, and it's a pretty safe bet that I'll like her.
I know one you might not like.
Try me.
1 second.
Well, then MJ's pulling stuff out. Who knows what he's gonna pull out?
And if you're talking about Malva from Gen 6, don't bother.
No. I was actually going to reference a character from the Valkyria Chronicle series, aka Anime World War II.
Anime World War II.
Yeah,
That
that's
is
what I heard.
Minerva.
I like her.
Yeah, she looks cute.
Yep, she looks cute.
What's the
She
problem?
also wants... So the problem is, and actually I should say, so I don't. Any one of you care for spoilers for a game?
No.
For the game.
That I'm probably not gonna play. No.
You might want
Okay.
to flash a spoiler warning for the audience. though.
Spoiler,
Spoiler,
spoiler.
warning, audience.
You have
If
plenty
you
of moments for
don't want to
spoiler.
hear it, then I don't know. Just don't listen to me.
Just get the fuck out.
But- Yeah.
Or just for like the next minute or two.
So, more or less, the entire plot of the game revolves around you being Special Forces Rangers and getting sent along a mission to go straight towards the enemy capital and basically attempt to finish the war by taking the enemy's capital on the sea. Problem is, you discover very quickly that the ships are powered by Ragnite-enhanced people known as Valkyria, and these Valkyria are being sent in there to more or less self-destruct as a nuclear bomb.
Okay.
Minerva's problem is when you get there and you receive when you receive a call from command saying, okay, yeah, no, the war is over, you don't have to detonate in the city anymore, she goes psycho and nearly detonates the nuclear weaponry, or the nuclear child on board, more or less, because she is very angry that she lost the squad that she commanded.
So she's got kind of that Nina Einstein syndrome from Code Geass, where she just gets obsessed.
Yeah, and she nearly nukes an entire entire cities where the innocent people and...
Sounds kind of like Nina. Although, did Minerva cross the line with a perfectly good table?
I'm going to say no.
Good. Never forget table coup.
Never forget
Did you say never forget Table Coon?
Yes.
Who? What? I'm confused.
It's a... Have you not seen Code Ment?
No.
Oh, I completely forgot about Code Mend.
That's where it came from, if I remember correctly.
I've just like everybody in the community who watches Code Geass calls that table Table Coon.
Yeah.
Like there's a Table Coon support group on Facebook and everything.
What's this? Where am I? I found a big mushroom. I'm in the big...
They have
That's
this,
hilarious.
they even have this big slogan like "Stop Table Molestation 2019."
Wait, what? Stop table molestation? What?
Oh my
Is
god.
that what I heard?
Zach, we need to get you to watch Code Geass.
I tried watching it. Just the beginning just didn't hook me into it.
Well, the middle has table stuff, so there's that.
Has tables?
What am I even listening to?
I don't know, something about tables. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah. Deadlock, plug your virgin ears.
Are we back to this? Come on now, Attack Pup, you gotta learn here. So I'm in the Lost Lorn Forest now.
Mhm.
Wait, what?
I'm in the Lost Lorn Forest. Because I went to Nimbasa before by accident. So now I'm in the Lost Lorn Forest because I was like, maybe there's something up here I can get. Maybe there's a Solosis because I said I was looking for that, but I keep renting it.
That's not too much later.
Shut up, Deadlock. I'm gonna find it.
It's at Celestial Tower, like near the 6th gen.
6th gen?
Yeah.
Chris, you hear that? Got a long way to go.
Yep.
Got a whole nother generation to go through.
I have a bunch of swords in my mouth. It's making it hard to talk, okay?
Sounds like a
I
personal
hate when
problem.
that happens.
Something ticks in your mouth.
Got it.
Are they on the side where like every time your teeth brush up against them it hurts?
And also one on my lip.
Yeah, I feel your pain.
Zorba? a tranquil, but that's not what I'm looking for. If I can find another herder, herder, herper, that would be great.
Yeah, you had it. It's herdier.
Ha-ba-ba.
Habaka. Habaka. I don't know who made that video or why, but
It's still up on YouTube.
I know it is. Of course it is.
It's gonna be on the internet until the internet stops being a thing.
I don't think it will anytime soon.
Exactly.
I'm getting out of here.
Yeah, I'm inside out to the deserts.
Yeah, there's nothing left in the desert for me.
Yeah, I pretty much cleaned it out, I think.
I swear to Christ, if this thing... You know what? That's a decent sand dial.
I can't believe you've been looking for Sandal all this time.
Same.
HP 13, attack 20, defense 8, special attack 24, special defense 31, speed 3 with an adamant nature.
What were you getting before that you were not happy with them?
I got, like, a lot of them were minus attack natures, and then it was always with just the shittiest IVs. Like, its attack IV was never more than 10.
Hmm. Well, since I'm in Nimbasa, I'm gonna see if there's anything I can grab here. Yes, shiny Pokemon, we know about them. We have not seen one yet, though.
I mean, if you're talking about things to grab, there's the gym leader.
I would, but that's illegal for one reason. She didn't approve. Oh, I found a Sunstone. All right.
I mean, obviously you ask her out first, but still.
Now, would you say Black 1 or Black 2 version of her?
I'm partial to blondes and redheads, so I prefer the first games. Not to say that that she's not visually appealing in the second games. I just prefer her initial version better.
MJ, any input on this?
I have no idea who we're talking about.
Elisa, the
yeah,
Gen
just
5.
type in Elisa, Black and White 2.
Yeah, her appearance changed drastically from the first and second game.
She kind of just swaps. Oh, I found Strength.
I mean, really, her eyes are the only things that stay the same.
Well, I mean, can't really change that. Well, I guess contacts.
I was gonna say Gen 6 would beg to differ.
Technically Gen 7 as well.
Well,
Yeah,
but Gen 6 did it first. Oh, I found a Sooth Bell. Thank you. I'm finding a lot of things here, guys.
I think I'd have to say with Black and White.
With the original version, blonde one. Okay. So you and I are in the same boat.
If
there.
only because I don't like the poofy jacket.
You don't
Oh,
have
I
to
don't mind the poofy jacket.
I don't like the poofy jacket.
Listen, she's not gonna be wearing that all the time. Don't worry about
yeah,
that.
I was gonna say we're talking about a hypothetical situation in which the poofy jacket comes off.
Yeah, but the poofy jacket puts me off.
All right, fair enough. No, I
Yeah,
don't want to go to the musical with you. Go away.
Go to the musical.
I don't want to. I don't like musicals.
It's too late.
This is a shitty idea.
Can't be as trash as this Pokemon I'm fighting.
Get me
Can't
out.
be as trash as Little Jim.
Listen, Lil Jim's dead. We don't even talk about him anymore.
Exactly, he's in the garbage.
Like this Trubbish.
Listen, I couldn't give him a proper grave like I could Jim. I paid all. I spent all my money on him. I mean, as I say that as the $66,000 are in the corner of my screen.
I'm up to 59,000.
Speaking of which,
splurged on healing items.
Lil Jim is still my PC. I've left his body in there.
And
That's
see,
kind of
now-
disturbing.
Now he's
now
gone.
every-
He's gone
now
now.
every other mod in your box is gonna smell.
No, that's alright. He's gone now. Oh, what? This music was from this game? What?
What?
Which one?
Like the sad music people have been using for memes is from this game. Like the sad piano.
Yeah, unwavering emotion.
I forgot it was from this, and I heard the song being used in memes, and I didn't know it was from this.
It's actually not entirely sad.
I mean, the initial notes are kind of sad.
I gotta listen to this now.
Yeah, apparently it's called Unwavering Emotions, that's what Deadlock said. But this is when Bianca's like standing up to her father.
Yeah, yeah.
Dun, 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 dun. Man, what an episode I'm having today. This is a... Huh. Also, hello, Elisa.
Yeah, I guess that was from these games, wasn't it?
Yeah.
See, that's another thing that earns Elisa points, although, unfortunately, no, shit, now that I think about her personality, she might actually take the spot from Skylar.
Like, yeah, because she's like a really cool person, too.
Yeah, like she basically, she breaks the mold of the supermodel stereotype, because not only is she a decent person, she's really freaking smart.
She's also super nerdy, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, like she's got, I think the anime gave a little more introspective into her interests and things like that, but yeah. Yeah, she's got some pretty nerdy interests, which is like always a plus.
Where am I now? I'm on Route 5. I found a
need to
football.
check. What does the store have?
Are you in Nimbasa now, Deadlock?
Yeah, let's see. False swipe, workup, bulldoze, dig.
Well,
Ooh, bulldoze. Ganon Pork can use that.
Guys,
this has been a very long episode, so we'll end it here after this very, very interesting, very good episode.
Are you gonna reality bend the episode into stopping?
Oh yeah, hold on. Just gonna Thanos snap.
Wait. Let's see if it actually works. Ganon Pork.